Welcome to Collecting Chaos. It's time to chat and chill. And chilling is pretty easy right now because it's not really been over 60 degrees all week. Well, I think there was one day where it got into the mid 60s. So, yeah, chilling is pretty easy right now. Just finished a video for tomorrow. It's not what I was going to make. It just kind of happened. But tomorrow's my Freeform Friday video, so I can do whatever I want. I can change it just like that, no problem. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. It's been a little chilly, but it's nice. It gets cool in the morning and then warms up into the 60s in the afternoon, so that's fine. We can live with that. See, is anybody here? John Beck said, hello, everyone. I hope you're doing good, John. Mama Wolf wanted to know if I was on tonight. Yes, I am on tonight. Got a few things that I'll show off a little bit later that I'm going to offer up for sale on Friday. I don't have everything tomorrow that I'm going to offer tomorrow, but I do have some things. And I'll just stick them over there on the rack as I show them. I did find some more, what was it? I found some more Robotech Macross. I might offer those. I don't know. I have to contact somebody about those first because he was adamant that he was interested. So any I offer tomorrow will be duplicates of what I have. And we're starting a little bit later tomorrow night. I believe we're starting at 11 o'clock Eastern, which is 10 o'clock for me. And that's fine. I don't mind. I'm turning into something of a night owl. I actually am having trouble sleeping at night. But during the day, I can sleep fine. No problem at all. Unfortunately, I want to get back to a schedule where I'm sleeping at night because it's hard to cut the grass in the middle of the night and the neighbors complain. How you doing, Radar? Good to see you. Glad you could stop in. John, glad you could come back. And yeah, I dropped my chat on my little thing in case, well, not in this, but on Instagram with some of my friends. So if they wanted to join me, they could. Eventually, I hope to have a regular on here for 5 or 10 minutes every week so we can see what comics he recommends buying that are new. I've been talking to Ryan from Card Shop Reality about joining me on Thursday night, not the whole show, just 5 or 10 minutes or whatever he wants, and letting us know what he thinks are good comics that came out the day before. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if it actually ever happens. Of course, it's not going to happen until his floor is fixed in his store. So maybe April, May, June, I don't know. Sometime in the future that might happen. It might not. We might decide that's not a good idea because a lot of people do stuff like that. But not quite the way I want to do it. So what am I going to show? I'll show you one of the things I'm planning on offering on Friday night. I have a Thunderstrike 16. I'm going to offer that up along with a number 18, a number 19, and a number 20. So that's going to be one lot that I offer up on Friday night. And, they still have the old style backing boards, really old, mid-90s backing boards. And I'll set those up there because They are going to be offered up tomorrow night. And I have some other stuff that I'll be offering as well. Captain Comics, glad you could stop by. Something else I have that I'm going to be offering tomorrow night. I have Rock and Roll number 41 with Paula Abdul. Yeah, nobody cares about Paula. Never mind. We just throw that away. It has been pressed. It doesn't, I mean, you can still see the spine creases, but it's not, it's in a little bit nicer shape than what it was when I first pulled it out. And I'll show you some other things too. As time goes on, I don't think I got the preview video yet. Let me check my email real quick. See if I got it. No, I don't have the preview video for tomorrow night yet. It happens, and I mean, Patrick might not have had time to work on it because he's the one that makes those, and if he didn't get it time to get it finished, well, that's one of those things that happens. And if he has it finished, of course I show it, and if he doesn't have it finished, then I won't. I'm mean like that. If it's not finished, I'm not showing it. The Paula Abdul, I think, is on there as one of the comments that I'm offering. You don't remember. I will show you another lot that I plan on offering. I have a Saga of the Submariner, number 1, number 2, and number 3. I have more, and I know I have the full set, but I don't know how many more I have and if I have other duplicates. So that's another thing I'll be offering tomorrow night. It's the first 3 issues of Saga of the Submariner. And number 3, of course, is a newsstand edition. New World Order Comics, glad to see you. Happy that you could stop in. So that's 3 items I will be offering on Friday night. You know, thinking about comics, every now and then a comic comes along with a cover that's just iconic. And you may not know what issue it is, but you know something's associated with it. If you see a portion of Hulk 181, you know that's the first story that has Wolverine in it. No question. I mean, it's an iconic cover. Amazing Spider-Man 129, the same way. You see a part of that cover, you know that's the first Punisher. You might not remember the number, but you know that's what it is. Action Comics number 1, if you see a portion of that, you know that's the first appearance of Superman, where he's lifting up the car, throwing it into a rock. You see Supergirl coming out of a spaceship on a cover. You might not know that's Action 252, but you know it's the first appearance of Supergirl. Those are iconic covers. Amazing Spider-Man 300, Spider-Man number 1, Detective Comics 27. Those are iconic covers that when you see a part of them, you know immediately what it is. Back in the 90s, they had an iconic cover come up. And I'm going to offer one up for sale. And you've seen it many times, and you will know as soon as you see it what it is. I don't even have to show you the whole comic. I can just show you this much of it, and you'll know immediately what it is because it's an iconic cover. Of course, it's Dawn number 1. Yes, I'm going to part with one of the ones out of my collection. It'll put me down to like 5, but I'll survive on just 5. I don't guess I have 6. Yeah, but people that see Action 242, they might not associate it with the first Brainiac appearance. Fantastic Four 52, yeah. Fantastic Four #1 is an iconic cover. Interestingly enough, I know people that have seen Amazing Spider-Man #1 and not realized it was the first appearance or first cover. The first Spider-Man. So it's not as much of as an iconic cover. Hulk #1 is an iconic cover. You know when you see it, that gray mass in the front, that's the Hulk. So there's a lot of iconic covers there, and I consider Dawn #1 an iconic cover, not just because I have the poster there, and I'm really looking and trying to find my additional copies of the posters. I'd love to be able to sell a Dawn #1 with the poster. That's the only one I've found so far that I've got. I'm sure I have more somewhere, but that's the only one I know where it is, and I'm not parting with it unless I have more. There's no way I'm getting rid of the only one that I know where it is, on the off chance that I have additional ones. And yeah, I could buy another one, but that's not the same as having the one that I've had since the poster was released. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I have another comic here. The cover is not iconic, but there's an image on it that is. I don't think I have to tell you who the comic is about. So I'll just take the comic and just set it right over here. That is another one that I intend on offering up for sale tomorrow night at the auction. So yeah, that's really all I've got right now that I've decided I am definitely going to offer up. I may offer some others. Well, I know I'm going to offer more than that. Will I offer the things I had up last Friday or last Saturday? Probably not. I might. I don't really want to offer the same comics every single week. I want to change it up and get different things. I'll probably change up the action figures I have up there that nobody's interested in buying because they can't really see them anyway. I've got some other ones that, they're not going to fit up top. I'll have to put comics up there and put the action figures down on the bottom. But that ought to be an interesting thing. It's all just a matter of what I happen to run across while I'm going through my collection, and do I see something I want to sell? The Iron Man #3, the Iron Man #6, those went back in my collection. Fantastic Four 18 went back into my collection. Will I pull them out again someday? Probably. I don't know when. So if you see something of mine that you want and it's back there, and it's auction night, or it's the night I do my claims, if I have a comic that you want, you need to get it then, because it might not be there the next week. Even if nobody buys it, it will probably not be there the next week, or maybe not for 3-4 months. It might be a year before I offer them again. I just don't know. I have enough comics that I can offer different comics every week for years, and you'll never see the same ones twice. And I think that's a better way to do it. Give people a chance at other things instead of seeing the same crap every single week. And I was kind of stuck in a rut doing that, and that was wrong. And I apologize to my buyers and the people that were bidding. I apologize to them for doing that. So I still have over 20,000. I do want to get it down below that. I'd like to get down to about 10,000 comics in my collection. Because I have room for 10,000. I can't hardly move in my house because I have so much stuff. And I will offer other things. Oh, I can't show those. Well, I can show some of it. I can't show that. I can't show that. I can't show that or that. I might offer that up for sale, along with some other stuff for that, and maybe Redeemers. And yeah, that's Shotgun Mary in there. Might offer my Poison Red. But these comics, I can't show these. These, yeah. They monetized me, so just so they could demonetize me. That's how bad those are. Oh, here's something I may offer. Haven't decided yet. I'm waiting on a response from someone that they haven't given it to me. It's a Harbinger 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And I might offer these up for sale. I don't know. Was that ooh for these, or for the red, or for the Poison Red? So I went to the store because I had to pay my rent. And I have to go to town to pay my rent, and I also needed to put gas in my car. Since I haven't put gas in it since December, I don't go anywhere, so I don't really need gas that often. But it was low to the point where the light came on, so I figured I'd go ahead and go to the store and, pay my rent and pick up a few things. And of course, I forgot to buy coffee, which was the number one thing I needed to get at the store. But that's okay. I've got enough to last me a couple of days, and I have a little store about 3 miles away I can go to it in an emergency. I forgot to buy cat treats. That's okay. They have them at that little store, so it's not that bad. Delco will think it's that bad if I run out. Um, I forgot to get plastic wrap. And if you've bought from me before, you know how big a fan I am of plastic wrap. Although I did buy some of the other packing supplies I needed, bubble wrap and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to go back and get the plastic wrap and stuff like that. And I forgot to buy the little cotton pads I use to clean comics with. So yeah, that's okay. They sell those at that little store too, but they don't sell the plastic wrap, or not in a size that. Not the size I want to deal with. I can use the small size. I like the small size better, actually. But the real shock, and I probably spent $200 on Walmart. Not a big deal. I get 5% back because I use my Walmart credit card. Uh, and then it came time to get gas. Now the last time I bought gas, it cost me about $30, $35 to fill my tank. Yeah, that was a sticker shock when it hit $60. And gas went up this week again because uh, I checked on Monday or Tuesday, and it said the station there at my Walmart, right there at the Walmart, it was $3.50. So I thought, well, that's cool. No, it was $3.89 today. So you're talking about another 39-cent increase over the last week. It's a good thing I don't go anywhere. I have two cars. One the gas tank is full, and one it's 3/4. So I should be good for another 2 to 3 months. Because, like I said, I don't go anywhere. Part of it is I'm afraid to go anywhere. I'm afraid of catching something. Yeah. I got to start getting up early on Saturday so I can start watching Cover Slingers again. That or he's going to have to put it on later, one of the two. And someday I'm supposed to be on it. Probably not going to happen because I'm up late every Saturday night. I mean, and it looks like we're going to be up later starting this week. It all depends on how it goes. Going back to iconic covers, the earliest Spider-Man iconic cover for me is the one where he's underneath the machine, and he's got to lift that machine to get out from underneath it. That was pretty iconic for me. What other iconic covers? Of course, Submariner #1, and I'm not talking about from the 40s or 30s, but from 1968. That's an iconic cover, even more so than the Iron Man #1. Which brings me to Iron Man and Submariner. I used to have like 30 or 40 of those back in the 70s, and you couldn't give them away. People would not. I mean, I'd make a deal and say, "Yeah, let me throw one of these in," and then go, "No, I don't want that." That's like a $400 or $500 comic now. In the 70s, you couldn't give them away. It's like every time I bought comics, I'd end up with one and go, "Oh, not another one of these." Yeah, I wish I still had them. Even once I sold my collection in 1976, just before I joined the Army. The guy told me he didn't want all those. He'd take one or two, but he didn't want all of them. So I still had like 20 or 30 of them when I joined the Army, and I just don't know what happened to them. I think they were sold off cheap at a yard sale. I know that's what happened to all of my adventure comics and Supergirl comics that I had. Because I had nearly all of the adventure comics that she was in back then. They're just gone. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened to him. But it's okay. It was my mom. All the trouble I caused them when I was young. Yeah, if they wanted to sell my stuff, that's fine. Yeah, that happens with a lot of people. Well, right now, and for the last 25 or 30 years, it's hard to find comic books unless you know where a comic shop is. Like for me to go to a comic shop, the closest one is 35 minutes away. So that's an hour and 10-minute drive round trip to go to a comic shop. The next closest one is about 40 minutes away. So that's an hour and 20-minute drive round trip just to go to a comic shop. I'm sorry, it's not worth it to me. I don't generally. I was going once a week, but it's just not worth it. It's too long of a drive, especially when I can just go on the internet and look and go, okay, I want this and this and this. Now the shop I want to go to is a lot further away. It's about 5 hours away, and I will go there eventually. Once he gets his floor in. And that's Card Shop Realities store. I'm going to go there, spend the day with him or something, and maybe we'll do lunch. I want to make sure he has a nice big stack of comics for me to take with him. Save on shipping since I'm going to go anyway. And I have some other stuff for him. But I'll just load up my little Ford Edge with all kinds of stuff that I just want to dump and let him make an offer on it. Horizon Picks, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, happy Thursday night. Verizon had the option of coming in if he wanted to, but he probably just poking around and getting ready for tomorrow night and maybe skipping through different channels. So it's all good. So yeah, I was going through and sorting comics earlier this week, and that's when I discovered that I had 6 copies of Dawn #1, and decided, okay, it's time to part with one. I'll part with one. It's a pretty nice copy. It's got a few little dings on the spine, but other than that, it's a really nice copy. So, yeah, I'm gonna go through tomorrow when I don't have to worry about making any videos and pick out the rest of what I'm going to sell. So far, I've got like 5 items or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 lots so far. So yeah, we'll see what happens. 5, maybe 6. You know what? I'm going to set these out. We'll break these down into 2 units, and set these right here. So that's maybe 7. I have maybe 7 lots to sell for tomorrow. I'm going to offer those. Yeah, I'm not going to wait on him to get back to me because it might be months before he gets back to me, and I'm just going to offer them up for sale tomorrow because I'm tired of waiting. I first told him about them in December, and I just reminded him, "Oh, I got to check." So yeah, I'm gonna offer them up for sale, and if they sell, fine, and if they don't sell, well, that's okay too. Probably have I can probably put them in my collection. I probably only have 4 or 5 copies of each, so 90 stuff. I have a lot of 90 stuff. I just have to dig it out. Might put some Punisher up. I might dig out another set of War Journal 1 through 10 and offer that up for sale. Might try to get all my Daredevils in one place to see how many duplicates I have. I just buy them. I don't know if I have them or not. I just buy them. I really need to make a list of what I have on that one, since I've decided that's a comic that I am definitely collecting. Might pull out some old detective comics or some old Batman comics. I don't know. I've got a few old Batmans from the early 60s. I might offer those up for sale. So, yeah, it ought to be a good auction. We'll see what happens. And I've been offering it. The end of every video this week has had the auction, a link to the auction. It's going to be on there again tomorrow. Any old Jokers? I'll have to look. Probably. I know I have an early appearance of Batmite. I think that was around 130, 131, or Batman 130 or 131. I don't know. I don't remember. About 170, $200 comics. The question is, can you afford old Jokers if I have them? It's not a question of can you afford the shipping. I know you can afford the shipping on one comic. It's not that much. It's about $20 for one comic to go to Canada. The question is, can you afford the comic itself? I think I have some Jokers from the 70s. I think there was a series with the Joker in it in the 70s, and I think I have some of those. And I'm sure I have some other appearances of his scattered through the 60s, 50s, and 60s. I had a lot of old stuff. I don't like parting with my old stuff. Old stuff meaning 1960 and back. Anything after 1960, Marvel, no problem. Generally, I'll sell it. Anything prior to the 50s, I don't even like letting it go at all, no matter what it is. Anything from 1960 to between 1939 and 1960, I don't want to sell them. That's all there is to it. I just don't want to sell them. Anything after 61, maybe depends on the title. Anything after 70, Marvel, not a problem, except Daredevil. DC, a lot of DC stuff I'm going to start getting rid of. Anything from the 80s and 90s, I don't know. I might get rid of it. I may keep it. I might get rid of it. I don't know. I think I do have some of those. I'll have to, but I have no idea where they are. That's my problem. I don't know where anything is. I have a general idea on some stuff, but that's about it. Yeah. Yeah, the more time you take, this is something some people don't seem to understand. The longer you take to collect something, the less expensive it gets. And although the books themselves might cost more, they don't really, because of inflation. They actually end up getting cheaper over time, because you end up with, as you get older, you have more disposable income, and spending that larger amount is a little easier. So, my recommendation to people starting collections, of course, is to, if you buy $10 worth of new comics, in other words, you buy two new comics, you put $10 away to buy an older one, and buy an old one every couple of months, and you'll get a really nice collection really quick. By the time you've been in it for a year, you'll have half a dozen comics that are worth anywhere from $10 to $30 a piece, and not going to go down in value. And you'll have a bunch of new ones that may or may not go up in value, but you like them. So you buy what you like if it's new, and then you buy older ones to fill a collection or to invest. And you'd be amazed what you can get for it. When you walk into a comic shop, you got $50, $60 in your hand, you'd be amazed what you can walk out with. I bought $100 comics for $50. They had them on the wall, but they had them on the wall for $100, and I'd go hold up a 50 and say, "That's all I'm willing to pay for it," and it goes home with me. I've done that many times in the past. Cash talks, and it talks big. Technically, I have less income, but no, I don't. Um, my income stream is less because I'm no longer working, but I no longer have the expense of having to buy new clothes all the time, having to buy shoes all the time, having to buy gas all the time, buying my lunch at, at work, things like that. And that makes a huge difference in the amount of money you need to live off of. So even though my income stream is probably a little less than what it was 6 months ago, it's still, I end up with more disposable money, more money that I can afford to spend. And that's an interesting thing to do. So, all right, I'm downloading something and I will play it as soon as it's downloaded. Thank you, Mr. Murphy, for that. I just hope I can remember what folder I just put it in. It should be in my downloads folder, but there's no guarantee.
Horizon Picks Auction, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rated PG-13. Hard R after midnight.
Oh, that's a shame. The little kitty cat didn't make it in. There you go. There's a preview. See, there's more comics that I don't have up here. I will be offering that Masters of the Universe. I will be offering not one, but 2 She comics. They're in the other room. I'll have to bring them out. So there you go. Ought to be interesting. I went down the toy aisle when I was at Walmart today, and I was thoroughly disgusted. They had no G.I. Joes. They did have some G.I. Joes on the clearance aisle, but they were all the same one, and I already have 3 of them. And I decided to wait. I'll wait and see if they drop the price on them again. If they drop the price on them again, I'll pick up all 7 of them. Because, I can sell them for more than $4 a piece, whatever they'll drop it to. Of course, I probably could have found one of the managers that said, hey, I'll buy them all if you mark them down to this, and they probably would have done it right there on the spot. I did see the managers today, and they asked me if I was ready to come back to work, and I said, no. So, yeah, it's good stuff. We like it. I haven't been in Walmart since Christmas. I was going to go the week after and never got around to it. And today was the first time I'd gone because there was a problem with my Walmart card. Somebody had accessed it and tried to spend a lot of money. And I just got a new one not too long ago. So it's the same account, but it's a different number. Yeah, probably not. I mean, it's not like up in Canada where they have Toys R Us. Take care, Patrick. We'll see you tomorrow night if you're there. Yeah, yeah. I watch some videos where I see what's on it, and it doesn't look like it's all right for me. There's some stuff that I kind of wish I could get a hold of, but it's nothing I can't live without, or probably find on eBay if I look, and probably find it at a price I want to pay. Joker Jack, glad to see you. Glad you could stop in. There's a trick to shopping on eBay. You make an offer, and if they don't accept it, fine. Uh, and I follow a lot of stuff that I don't plan on buying that I'd like to have on the off chance that they might reach out to me and offer it at a better price. And if that doesn't work, I just look for things and find what I want at a price I'm willing to pay, and usually it's a lower price. I've watched I've bought comics that at about a quarter of what they normally sell for, just because I happen to see them at the right time. And I check eBay every day for certain comics. If I once I see them at that price I want, I jump on them. That's okay. It goes off for me. I get a notice from eBay all the time that you know my new video is dropped. Here, you should watch this. And I look at it and it's mine. What do I want to watch that for? In fact, every single day in my recommended folder, there's one of my videos. Which doesn't make any sense to me. Why are they recommending my own videos to myself? I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. Oh, did he get him at a good price, or did they try to screw him because some comics are worth money, so we want $12 a piece for these, even though they're only worth a nickel. I've seen it go both way with pawn shops. I've seen pawn shops that will just take whatever you offer them for it, or and other ones that say, "No, these are $10 a piece," and you look at them and go, "No, they're not." Matter of fact, I need to stop into the pawn shops up in town. I might do that when I go to get coffee. I might cruise the pawn shops and see what they've got. Because I bought some baseball cards at a pawn shop one time and got a really good deal. I had a big box of them. He was starting to go through, and I said, "What do you got there?" Baseball cards. Anything good? I don't know. Maybe. And I said, "Let me glance through them." And I just flipped real quick, saw Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, and went, "I give you $50 for the box." And he went, "Take it." And then I got stuck with about 700 cards, but I did get 150 for the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, so can't complain too much, I guess. We see Upper Deck, 1989 Upper Deck. That was back in the 90s. So nice. Good job. Tell your son Collecting Chaos says, good job. I mean, if you ever read the story, it sucks. It's not very good at all, but it's a pricey comic, so it's worth picking up. And of course, nobody has feet in that comic. Yeah, there you go. There's $20. Go get all the comics you can. And also, places like that, they'll sometimes uh, give a break to a kid. When I had my store, I had a kid come in and real quiet. And he's looking around, and I said, "What are you looking for?" He said, "Well, you probably don't have anything I need." I said, "Well, what are you looking for?" He said, "I need something with Babe Ruth." And I had a button. I had a Babe Ruth button. And I said, "The only thing I have with Babe Ruth is this." And I showed it to him, and he went, "Okay, let me go get my dad." So I went, "Okay," Went and got his dad, and I had like a $10 or $15 price tag on it. Went and got his dad. His dad came back in, and he's pointing at it. His dad goes, "I don't think we have that. That would be a good one to get." So he goes, "How much?" And I went, $10. I went, "But why Babe Ruth? Why only Babe Ruth?" He says, "Well, it's my grandfather's collection, and it will go to me, but only on the condition that I add to it." I went, "Oh." And so we went over to the register, and I rang it up for $1. And he's going, "I think you rang it up wrong." I went, "No, I didn't. It's $1. He went, "But you said $10 a few minutes ago." I said, "Yeah, but you gave me a great story, and that was worth $9 off. So it's $1. And his dad's going, "Just give him the money, son. Just give him the money, son." He said, "That's not right. You shouldn't do that. What about the owner?" I said, "I am the owner." And I said, "It's $1 for you." So if somebody came in and gave me a really good story, I'd cut them a really nice discount. If they came in and talked crap, yeah, that's what they get is crap. There's no discount here for you. Another kid that came in one time and pulled out an X-Men comic, and he went, "You got this marked wrong." And I went, "Really? What's it marked at?" He said, $9. I went, "No, that's not wrong. That's the price." He said, "You've got a bunch of them in here for $9." And I went, "Yeah, I know." He said, "Well, it's a $25 comic." And I went, "No, it's a $9 comic." He went, "No, I checked. Wizard said it was $25, and you should reprice these. You can make a lot of money off these." I went, "No, I can't." I said, "Would you pay $25 for it?" He went, "No, I have a copy." I said, "Well, are you going to buy one for $9?" He went, "No, I have a copy." And I went, "So maybe I should mark them to $8 because they're not selling at $9 either." He just looked at me like I'd lost my mind. He went, "But Wizard said," I said, "Wizard doesn't make the prices for this area." So yeah, I used to price comics, stick them in my back issue bins, and that was the price. And if it went up, I didn't care. And if it, and if it went down and I noticed it, I'd mark it down. If somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, new price guide came out, and you've got this at $10, and the new price guide has it at $8," I'd go, "Yeah, okay, we'll do 8." You know, I was easy to get along with. New price. If he came in and said, "This is you have this marked at $10. New price guide says it's 15." I'd go, "Yeah, I'll take 10. Yeah, that's fine." Unlike some stores today that I've heard about where they don't even want to price their comics because they want to check on eBay and see what it's selling for on eBay before they price it so they can sell it to you now. And I've always disagreed with that kind of mentality. You price it, you put it out, that's the price. Now, I will admit, I've held comics back and only put, like 4 or 5 out on the shelf at a time. And then raise the price once they sold out, but not the same day. If I got a comic that sold out the day it came out, I might not put any more out for a week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can draw a feet, Joker Jack. Feet are not that hard to draw. Hands, on the other hand, they're a pain. Feet, they're not that hard to draw. I'm no artist, though, so. But I do know that anything you want to draw can be broken down into basic shapes: circles, ellipses, squares. What is it? The donut shape. I forget what it's called. Everything can be broken down into those basic shapes. Triangles. Yeah. I used to have a hard time drawing Superman's logo. And an artist once told me, he said, just do 2 fish facing different directions. You'll be fine. And when I tried it that way, it was easy. 2 fish facing different directions. Who knew? Yep. My favorite work by him will always be the Hawk and Dove that he didn't finish, that other people finished for him. That he won't sign it. He won't sign those. He won't even admit that he did the work because they had to fix it. His was so screwed up. DC had to send in their other people to fix it. But it's his best work. Oh, absolutely. If there's not 175 pouches, it's not a Liefeld character. But there are people out there that love his art, and he's a better artist than I am because I'm not an artist. So I won't hold it. I mean, the guy makes a living off of it, so I can't fault him for that. There's a lot worse artists out there than him. Not many, but there are some. I think it was the books he was working on. He was working on some X books at the time, so. You work on X-Men books, you get popular back in the 80s. That's something I should dig out is one of my copies of Jim Lee's first published work. Or see if I have more than one Coyote 14, which of course is Todd McFarlane's first published work. I also have Ron Lim's first, but I'm not getting rid of that because I only have one. And I believe that was Ex Mutants. Jim Lee is an amazing artist and always has been. If I had to choose my favorite between him and Todd McFarlane, I'd take Jim Lee. And that's hard to say, actually, because I really like Todd McFarlane's work. But I think Jim Lee is better, as a better artist overall. I know it's sacrilege. 972 people just unsubbed from me, and I don't even have that many subs. Ron Lim is another one I think is very underrated. He's one of the best artists out there that's currently working in comics. He's been working in comics for 35 years. I mean, Ron Lim did his Silver Surfer run back in the 90s. It's amazing. Amazing work. Very underappreciated. I think you can pick up the entire Silver Surfer run for under $100 if you look. So there's definitely some art. Jay Lee is another one that's underappreciated. I think he's a good artist also. Of course, he wasn't one of the big boys back then. There's a number of 90s artists that are just really, really good. Mark Silvestri, another amazing artist. Sam Keith. I just wish we could get more Sam Keith horror. All right, well, I think I'm going to be running too. We're approaching the 1 hour mark, and that's about all I really want to be on for, is about an hour. And so we'll see you all tomorrow night. Make sure you come by and visit us at the auction starting at 11 o'clock. I'm going to play this again real quick.
Horizon Picks Auction, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rated PG-13. Hard R after midnight.
So make sure, everybody, before you handle your comics, you wash your hands. It's good for your comics. Most of all, it's good for your health. And we will see you tomorrow morning on my Freeform Friday, and then tomorrow night at the auction. Bye.